Thursday morning, November the 5th, 9 o'clock. And here I am with Sam. Hi, Oleg! Oh, Jonathan! Hello, Patrick. All right, we're gonna wait a couple minutes to let people join. Hey, Debbie! Whoa, nice to see you again. Hi, Carl. Hi, Raul. Hey, Betty. Oh, Dallas. Yay, Dallas. We love Dallas.
Never been, but hope to go someday.
Is it Anna? Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Oh, we have to have, so everybody, Hannah, I don't know how do you pronounce her last, Anna. How do you pronounce her last name? Yeah.
So, yeah, we've got a colleague from Finland that's just joined.
She is our coworker who works in Finland, who does support along with us. Oh, me anyway. And she's terrific. So I'm sure some of you have had correspondence with her. And if not, you will in the future, and she's so sweet.
Hi, Peter.
All right, should we get started? Oh, it's 9 o'clock. All right, everybody. Welcome to CubiCasa Live. This is the first session. As you all know, I'm a former Matterport employee who has now gone to the brighter side. I joined CubiCasa about a couple weeks ago. I'm very excited about the opportunities we have here, about the software app that we have, and where we're heading in the future. And this session is to, number one, introduce CubiCasa, what we do, to introduce you to our global sales manager here, Sam, who's my new coworker. We've been going around visiting customers and doing a bunch of really cool stuff. And we'll tell you a little bit about that, but it's just been a blast with Sam. So I'm really lucky. We get along really well, and we're having a lot of fun, and we're getting stuff done. So, without further ado, I will let Sam introduce himself and tell you a little bit more about him, and you'll notice something about his accent when he starts speaking.
This is where I try to be overly English. So yeah, I'm from England, so a little bit about myself on a personal level. So I'm from England, I'm from a county called Yorkshire, and I moved to Finland about 3 years ago now, and joined a company called CubiCasa. And essentially what we've been doing at the moment is I've came over to America to speak with lots of photographers, photography houses and companies to essentially onboard people into the CubiCasa tool. So basically, as you can imagine, as a salesperson, just showing benefits and speaking to people and building up really good relationships and changing the way people do their work through an easy tool. So it's been a really good 2.5 months that I've been here. I do go back to snowy Finland in 2 weeks, which isn't completely exciting because it's about negative, oh God, what are we saying? Negative 17 Fahrenheit at the moment. So pretty cold and not much sun. But yeah, that's a little bit from me. And yeah, we can talk about the company as well. I mean, we can give you an introduction into CubiCasa.
Yeah.
So CubiCasa has been operating for approximately 6 years now. However, this application that we've launched onto iPhone that will soon be coming to Android has only been operating for about 6-7 months now. So previously to what we call the V-beam scanning is we were drawing floor plans through basically digitalization. So people would send in sketches and drawings, and we would basically digitalize that and send them back. We also work with large companies to basically produce their floor plans for them, and that's essentially what the CubiCasa business model has been. But we're going in ourselves this time and looking to provide a really good quality, easy to use service for photographers to make people's lives easier.
So one thing that you forgot to mention is that CubiCasa has been doing business for a while now as a floor plan company, and a lot of you I know are Matterporters, and you'll notice there's a very big similarity between the floor plans you get from Matterport and the floor plans you'll get from CubiCasa. Wink, wink. All right, there's a reason for that because you can fill in them.
Yeah, so I can say currently at the moment that CubiCasa produces on average around 20,000 floor plans a month. And I can also say that not all of those 20,000 are produced with mobile phones. So once again, wink, wink. We do work with large service providers for this product. So yeah, we do a lot.
Yeah, we do. And we've got a lot coming. We've got a lot of good things. Anyway, let's get back to the basics. So CubiCasa is headquartered in a little city named Oulu in Finland. And it's really close to Santa Claus's home. I had the opportunity to go out there and visit, and it wasn't so cold when I went, and it was really pretty. And we went to Helsinki and toured around a bit there. It was really nice. There's just a lot of like forests and blueberries, and the people are really friendly, and so we had a great time. So as Sam said, we've been in the floor plan business for about 6 years. We've now launched this new app, and I'm going to let Sam tell you a little bit more about this app.
Yeah, so essentially, as you imagine, I speak with a lot of photographers and I find out ways and means of... You may find yours is slightly different, your technique and the time it takes to do it, but I find that a lot of people either use Matterport and it takes a long time to do the scanning, plus you have to upload, pay hosting fees, and then you have to export it into a floor plan. And then that takes another 2 days from that point, or up to 2 days. I also find that people are sketching, people are using softwares on their computers as well as CAD imagery. And we did a survey and we can see that people on average take between 45 minutes and 2 hours to draw, to sketch, draw and digitalise around a 2,500 square foot home. Now, we come up with the idea to basically eliminate that huge time. So we offer next day delivery, so within 24 hours. And what we do is we also provide this service that can simply scan in around 5 to 10 minutes. It depends on how you walk. If you want to run around the house, it will take much less time. If you want to walk slowly, it will obviously take a lot more time. But usually if you walk in just standard normal pace as you would anywhere else, it will take you about 5 minutes or less to do a 2,500 square foot home. So essentially that's what we've done. So we've managed to reduce people's work time and provide free time so you can either fit in more jobs or you can go home and spend time with your family. You're no longer at the computer in the evening finalising floor plans on CAD softwares or other tools. And we find that it's really, really good. We've also come in at the lower end. So if I asked a lot of photographers at the moment, especially Matterport photographers, if I was acting as a customer and I said, hey, I would like to have 25 HD pictures done of my property, but I would also like a floor plan, can you do that for me? I find that a lot of Matterport photographers actually decline the work because it takes too long, and it also, the processing costs as well as adding the floor plan, it doesn't add up. So we fit at that point really, really well, because it means that you don't have to do a full 45-minute, an hour scan of an entire property just to get a floor plan.
Yeah. Yeah.
We really fit into that spot great. And the good thing is, as we said, is the floor plans look identical to the ones that you receive from Matterport. So it's something that your customers will continue to see. There won't be any variation between the floor plans you currently provide versus the ones that you will start providing. So that's where we fit in really well as well, because we know that some realtors, they don't like change, they don't like differences within the products that they receive, so we can really get in there perfectly well. So really it's reduced time. You don't have to lug around a big old camera in a box either, it fits in your pocket.
You don't have to buy a camera.
Yeah, you don't have to buy a camera. If you've got the phone in your pocket, then fantastic. But at the same time, if you did need the device, it's still much cheaper investment than a camera, right?
Yeah.
And it does more than just scan homes, so you can use it for your own personal use. So yeah, it's fantastic. It's saved a lot of people time.
Yeah, so basically there's no subscription, it's pay as you go, So there's no hardware that you have to buy. You can use the phone that's in your pocket. Like Sam said, currently we support iPhone 7 and newer, and we're beta testing the Android phones. So if you have an Android phone, you want to try it out, contact us and we will sign you up for the beta test. Right now during beta, all Android scans are free, so take advantage of that. The only thing we ask is that you give us feedback, good and bad. The turnaround time is 1 business day, which is less than waiting for Matterport spaces to process, and then the 2-day turnaround for them. We allow you to use a tool called Quick Edit, which is where you can make changes to labels, you can rotate them, you can increase and decrease the size of the fonts, and you can make little edits yourself so you don't have to rely on us. We also provide you the floor plans in several different formats, so it's JPEG, PNG, PDF, and SVG, and you can take the SVG version and import that into CAD software. So we give you options. We also provide plans with measurements and without, which Matterport doesn't. So yeah, and we're just cheaper. And if you're a photographer, you can join our certified photographer program, which gets you an additional 30% off. So the prices are extremely reasonable, and we have found that it's way easier than going out and hand measuring, which I'm sure you guys aren't doing, since if you're scanning with Matterport, you just order the floor plans from that. And if your client wants a 3D rendering, that's great, use Matterport. But if they don't, if they just want pictures or if they just want the floor plan, then that's where we come in, right? Offer the service of where you go out, take pictures from them, and say, hey, at the same time, you know, for an extra $75 or whatever you decide to charge, we can provide you with floor plans. I've had several people reach out to me and try it, and they're hooked. So, and the feedback that we've gotten is really positive. You go out, you scan a house with your phone. It's really easy. I mean, I did it with very little instruction. You upload it, and a day later you get floor plans. So yeah, we've had quite a few people who have converted from Matterport to this and are very excited.
Yeah, so it does work with iPhone. It works on iPhone 7 and upwards. We do have around a 5% error margin at the moment, but the good news is technology is always advancing, so we can always look to increase that. So it works primarily with artificial intelligence as well as machine learning. So there's always, if you think of it as just a big learning computer that improves, the more information that we throw into it, the more accurate it becomes. But the more technology advances, we will see a really dramatic growth within the accuracy.
Yeah.
So it's really, really good. The good news is that if it does have an very slight error, you can always just quickly go in and make a fix request. Now you'll find that sometimes with fix requests with other service providers, you will see that it could take hours to have that back. In our case, we tend to get those back within 45 minutes of you receiving your first plan, or within receiving your fix request, should I say. I also wanted to double check something. There was Betty, you said that the home report, as mentioned before, needs editing. So another good thing about CubiCasa is we really enjoy receiving your feedback. So we are not this huge corporate company where we take your feedback and just brush it aside. We want to constantly grow our service, we want to constantly provide new features for you, and we would really do take those into consideration. So we do have a weekly meeting where we go through all of your feature requests, we log them, we see how we can do them, and we see how we can implement them. Not all the time that it's not guaranteed that we can do them, but we will always give the maximum attention in order to essentially get your feature in and around. So
AJ.
6 weeks.
6 weeks.
Sorry to hear that.
If we want to take 6 weeks to fix anything.
Yeah, that's not a thing. And the good news is if you do find out that there is an error 6 weeks later, it's still really quick to get it edited. So
yeah, I think the difference is for me that this company really cares about their customers. And Sam is right. Every week we go through feature requests, we go through the bugs, and they give us an update. It's constantly being updated. And even if we can't do a feature request that's been asked for today, because of technology or whatever, they're going to go back in 6 months and review that to see if technology has improved and that feature request can be implemented. So yeah, we're definitely listening. The CEO is very open to feedback. They want to make you happy. That's what we're here for. That's why I'm here. That's why I joined, because it's really important for me to be with a company that cares about customers. You guys all know that, right? And I really believe in this product. So many people have given me a lot of very positive feedback. And what we're going to be doing is we will be, Sam and I are going to be coming up with a little class that we're going to have, where we'll go through with you live how to scan, give you tips and tricks.
CubiCasa School.
Yeah. And answer any questions that you have. So that's coming soon. And the CEO of our company doesn't speak CEO talk. He actually is a nice person. He was in the prior Facebook Live that we did in the other group. Yeah, he's just really down there. He's a nice guy. And of course, there's my little Sam here, who's just wonderful.
Me and Dee get along great. I mean, Dee's got a lot of the values that I have instilled in me, as far as customer service, as far as listening, as providing, as far as, you know, providing just a really good experience, I think. I've spoken to a lot of you in the chat before I think I actually knew Dee. So you may or may not know, if you haven't spoken to me, how I am. But, you know, there's people in the chat. I see John Hubbard, I see Lisa Hinson, you know, there's other people in there as well that I just recognise from previous conversations. And it's quite funny when we talk about people, I'll say, oh, there's this really lovely lady called Lisa or Liz, and they're like, oh, you know, we know we have common connections through that. So, yeah, it's really good. Let's go through some of the questions as well. So, as far as instructions, I just want to double check that we don't miss anybody.
So there are some instructions on the CubiCasa website, and the way you get to it is you type in cubi.casa.
Yep.
That's it, right?
Yep.
cubi.casa, and you'll get there. But again, like I said, Sam and I are coming up with a class that will, I don't know if right now if it'll be weekly or bi-weekly, but we will be running a class where we will actually show you how to scan. It's, you basically take the phone, you tilt it downwards, and you walk around the house. There are some ways that you can scan better than others, and we'll walk you through all that. But there are also some videos on there. Yeah, I see Tom's on. We went and visited Tom last week, and we did some scanning with him, and his scans came out great. I mean, it's not hard. My husband figured it out, so hey, anybody can figure it out. And I figured it out.
Also, Anastasia, will you do me a favour? Anastasia's also in here as well. She's essentially our head of marketing. Anastasia, will you be able to go to our YouTube, and can you post in the how to scan video from YouTube, please? The one where it's Marcus within the video, please. It's the hints and tips video. I think that would be really good to show where people can find that. And we'll also post in after the chat as well. But yeah, that would be great as well. So that's sort of current material. Now, Dee's turning me into an actor. I'm not sure how I feel about that yet. But
He's so
yeah,
cute. I couldn't resist.
I will be an actor soon. And yeah, I'll be walking around as well as talking and showing you exactly how this goes. So that'll be a video that's, we're currently, you know, going through the stages of creating that to make a really good, informative video for people to learn from.
Yeah. So both a video and live classes, because I found that if we can interact live with you guys, it's best. You can ask questions, we can answer things, you know, specific questions that you might have. We're here for you. We want to reach out to you. We want to be there for you. We are actually going to the PFRE conference in about 2 weeks.
Yeah.
That's in Las Vegas. I'm going to be hanging out also with Mike Madsen, which I'm super excited about because he's Mr. Zillow, and I'm going to go see this whole Zillow thing. And the good thing is you can pair Zillow with our floor plans. So I'll be doing that, and then I think we're going to meet other key players like Rich Baum, who's famous. And we're going to get him. We'll get him to come and talk to you guys on Facebook Live, hopefully. see how good I am at convincing. But yeah, so Rich Baum is somebody that I want you guys to get to know, and some other great people that will be there who I'll meet. Also, this Friday, there's the National Association of Realtors in San Francisco. We'll be going to that. So if you're there, stop by and say hi. We'll actually be in the FBS booth, which is the maker of Flex MLS, and they have partnered with us, and we have some exciting new stuff coming in the next year. So we're going to be growing rapidly. We need to make sure as we grow that we take care of all of you guys as well. And so that's what Sam and I are concentrating on.
Yeah.
And you know, any questions, anytime, day or night, we're here for you. You guys know that. I mean, Sam's like me, works all the time.
Yeah, I don't turn off. So expect me when I do go back to Finland. There will be a 10-hour time difference, but I will still be answering the calls at 2 a.m. So yeah, I don't put the phone down. It's never on silent. I answer calls while I'm fishing at the weekend. You know, that's happened. I've caught fish while being on the phone. I can multitask. A man that can multitask, that's something different. But no, I love what I do, and I love speaking with all of you. And really, we want to provide a really good service. Please send us in feature requests. Let us know how we can improve. If there is an issue, please let us know that we will resolve that issue for you, and we can really go for that. What's Carl saying?
So Carl says, I'm going to scan the fire department where I work, and there are 3 buildings close together. Would that come out as 1 or 3 floor plans?
Okay, so it would come out as, you would only pay for 1 floor plan. So you can walk outside and do the scan for that. It will come out separately as separate buildings on there, but as you can imagine, if they're 3 separate buildings, they would essentially be like 3 lots. You would see them, and you would see first floors and second floors. So you would see all of that. You can download first floors with dimensions and without. You can download second floors with I imagine with or without floor plans, and then you can basically download them all in one. And yes, you can use logos for branding on your website. We are completely white labelled. No more. I was going to say it. No more MP on your floor plans anymore. You can brand it yourself. You can change the wall colour, the floor colour. You can customise it towards your brand colours. So yes, you can. So you can use your own logos currently, and you can use that. You can add, we do allow you to add in the branding of your customer, but please note, currently at the moment, the template only allows for your branding. So you can edit it, though. You are allowed to do that.
So what he's talking about is when you log into your account on the web, there's a way to actually enter your logo so it automatically gets included in every one of your floor plans. But that doesn't mean that you can't then take each individual floor plan and add somebody else's logo that's specific to that floor plan.
Yeah.
So we don't. Yeah, we don't put our name on the floor plans. That's for you. No, we don't have that.
Yeah, we used to have it, but this was a feature request. We used to have it was on every single floor plan. 20,000 floor plans that were delivered every month. So we used to have it, but as an example, our customers were telling us, look, we would like to put our logo on there. We don't want to see your logo on there, and the reason is because your tool is too easy to use, and we don't want people to start using it themselves. So please remove your logo. And we were like, okay, yeah, sure, we understand, because it's so good to use, it's so easy to use.
The other thing you have to remember is we're different than Matterport, so we don't have the restriction about infrared from the sun. So like Sam said, if you've got 3 buildings, you can just scan outside from one building to the next, and then it's just one floor plan.
Yeah. If it does go through really light things, it just won't capture that specific area within the garden. We don't do lots, so you wouldn't be able to scan the perimeter fences or things like that. But if you did have a casita or a separate building outside, like a guest home or a garage that's on the lot, and you still wanted the floor plan for that, you can just quite easily walk outside and do it.
Actually, last weekend I scanned somebody's garden.
Yeah, so it does work, but I wouldn't guarantee it all the time, because sometimes the light, as a camera, as photographers, you'll know, light significantly affects what happens within the camera. So we can't guarantee that it'll always work outside, but walking to and from buildings is absolutely fine. But we've had people scan pools and jacuzzis.
That's what I did.
And decking can be done, balconies can be done, all of that can be done. So it's really easy to use.
And you know me, I'm always trying trying to stretch it and see what I can get away with. So I did scan somebody's garden and it turned out okay. So the way it works is as you're scanning, we take a video, and then from that video, we create a point cloud, and then our smart software creates the floor plans for you. We do have a person that looks at every single floor plan before it goes out to check that it's good quality. So yeah, so that's how much we care. We don't just trust the software all the time, we will check it for you. And again, if you want a fix request, super easy to do. You can just make a fix request through your account on the website, or you can write to help@CubiCasa.com, and Anna and myself will usually respond pretty quickly, right?
Yeah. So we also capture, as it says, Robert, you're asking about the decks outside. Yes, we can. We can basically get that deck for you. So we capture 3 points of data whenever we do a capture. One of those is like a pixelated video that we can see. So we can also match up if the 3D vision is unable to capture the 3D space outside due to sunlight, we can still see that from the video. So we've always got backup. So really good to be able to see that. Hey, hallways and everything included in the square footage. They can be, yes, that's absolutely fine. What else have we got in here? The point cloud, is it available to download? At the moment, no, it's not. So the point cloud isn't something like a dollhouse style point cloud from Matterport. It is something that we basically slice in half and put it through a computer. And then we look down from a top end. So we look like a bird's eye view downwards, and then that's the image that gets put through what we call the geometry machine, or geometry computer that comes up with all your dimensions. So currently, no, it is not available. It's not to say that it won't be available in the future, because we're a heavily R&D focused company, so we're always looking at new things to do. So possible 3D spaces, 3D tours, they could be included within the future. Can't give any timeline specific, but it's something we are working on.
Yep, we're constantly looking for ideas, input from customers. So yeah, it's a great place to be.
As you know, Tom just posted in here, so I was trying to get quite competitive when we met with Tom, and wanted to see how fast he could do a scan. It was his around the second or third time scanning. And yeah, we went to a little update. If you haven't seen the previous live video that we posted, we went to Mare Island?
Yeah, Mare Island.
So we went to
Vallejo.
Yeah, Mare Island, Vallejo in California. It's a fantastic old naval base it was essentially deserted. Not deserted, that's probably the wrong word. Decommissioned, yeah, 20 years ago. So we did a commander's home. So that was probably about 9,500 square foot home but I didn't do the basement, so we got rid of the basement side. But we did the 3 floors, so we did first floor, second floor, and then we did the attic space. Probably around a 9,000 square foot at that point, and we did that in 5 minutes and 52 seconds, give or take a second. But yeah, under 6 minutes to do 9,000 square foot. And I wasn't running, I was walking at a sensible pace, well, a little bit faster than sensible, I'm not gonna lie. Yeah,
I do normal houses in like 3 minutes.
Yeah.
But I walk fast. So yeah, it doesn't take hours. It's really fast.
So when you go from room to room, do you need the doors open? So what we would say is, we like to say 5 minutes, because we would like you to take really a minute or two to basically prepare the home. So turn on all the lights, open the doors that you would like to go through, and essentially scan everything you would like scanning. So we can sometimes predict that there is closet space, because we can see that there's a depth within the wall. If you don't open a door, we can predict that, but it depends on what the computer thinks. So, ludicrous. So, yeah, we do predict at some points where we think that may be beneficial for you, but there's always that small error chance that it could be, I don't know, in many countries or other countries around the US, it could be a boiler room or a water tower room instead of a closet, and we wouldn't be able to predict that accurately. But we would like to say, yes, open every door that you would like us to see. If it's closet space, just show inside. No need to go inside the closet, there's no need to do that. So really simple, go around the house, take 2 minutes, open the doors you want to go through, turn the lights on, open the curtains so you can see the windows, and you're good to go.
And remember, you can try this out for free because your first scan is always free. And if you want to do more than one free scan, just contact us. We'll work something out with you. If you need like maybe a couple to get things going, try it out. Yeah, contact us. We'll work with you.
You might find, AJ, that sometimes they actually require external lenses as well, which are really, really expensive. So yes, you can create 3D point clouds with mobile phones, with other companies, but you need a really expensive additional camera lens. That you also need a larger battery because it rinses through your battery, and then you also need to pay extortionate processing fees. You don't pay anything for processing fees at all. It's one time, doesn't matter if it's 2 floors, 3 floors, 4 floors. If you do something over 10,000 square foot, we would probably just, it's not something you do all the time, it's not something we charge constantly. If you did a 12,000 square foot, usually it says within our terms of service that we would charge you double, so that usually is the case, but when I look through some of the billings and things like that, it doesn't really happen. So we don't chase you down. We're not going to hound you. You know, how often is it that you do a 12,000 square foot? You make up for it with the smaller plans that you do as well. So yeah.
Carl asked, so it doesn't matter if the house is a mess. That is such a good point. That is very true. The only thing that we ask is if you go into a room, you need to be able to see where the floor meets the wall at some point in that room. So if there's a big bed against a wall, that's okay as long as you can see where the floor meets the wall. Somewhere along that wall, what the software does is it's smart enough to extend that wall knowing there's a bed there. We did have an instance where there was a house that was a hoarder house. It just had stuff everywhere. You couldn't see the floor. Mm-hmm. And in that case, we couldn't get a floor plan because we just couldn't tell where the floor ended and the wall started.
Yeah.
But that's sort of like a strange case.
But we can still see wall points on the wall as well, so we can still build up a 3D image of where we see the wall. So as long as we get some indication of where the wall is and where it's adjacent to the other wall, we can still look to estimate that. So it's still, we can see it from the video capture, the data capture and the geometries. So we can still look to capture that really well. I'll be honest, if you go into, we understand that some people when they're moving out will pile a lot of furniture, boxes and things within the garage. We have had cases where if there's no floor space, it's really hard for us to show where that is because it's constantly picking up 3D points from boxes or furniture. So if it is completely just a huge unorganised or organised mess without floor space, you'll find that we wouldn't be able to draw that particular room, but it's something where if you were to be able to provide us evidence as well of, or basically pictures of how it actually looks from the exterior, you add in a fix request and we can just enter that in manually. So not to panic, but for the most part, yes, furniture isn't a problem whatsoever. We can still see that point.
Yeah. Rich Baum joined.
Yeah.
Hi, Rich. Nice to meet you.
Hi, Rich.
I think he's upset because he didn't know we were coming on at this point. Sorry, Rich. We're glad you did join. We called you out earlier. You're going to come on Facebook Live with us. So be prepared. Anyway, we're going to meet him in a couple weeks, so we're very excited. And thank you, Anastasia, for being on and helping answer questions, and Anna as well. One day we're going to have her on as well, so you can all meet her. But she'll be coming in from Finland. And maybe she can walk outside and show us some of the snow. Anyway, it's about 9:30 now, so Sam and I will sign off here.
I'll just quickly reply to Alex. Alex, I see that you've had a problem with your floor plan. Did you contact us through support or did you message us with a fix request? Yes, sometimes we do have the occasional error. We're not going to lie. The error rate is low, but we can see you've told us that you've had an extra window that didn't exist within your floor plan. Feel free to let us know. We'll fix that for you as soon as possible. Sometimes there is error mistakes, but no, you wouldn't need to essentially tell us about them. But yes, if there is a window, we would like you to essentially pan up. So here's my iPhone. This is at a 45-degree angle. If you pan up to show us where the windows are, then that would be a fantastic tool for us. Another way that you can improve your scanning to make sure things are more accurate is once you've done essentially the perimeter space or the floor space, you can stand in the middle, standing still, and you can essentially pan around the room to show where fixed furniture and window placement is. So yes, that would help increase the accuracy. Sometimes if it's the way that the light is showing, we would have it quality checked, and what happens is we would sometimes predict that there would be a window there because so much evidence points towards that. But yeah, sorry for that mistake, and please let us know and we will fix that for you straight away.
So you can either submit a fix request through the your account on the web, or you can contact help at CubiCasa.com. So the way to get in touch with us is help at CubiCasa.com. I think Michael asked about the beta program. Michael, you would be an excellent beta tester. We definitely want you to join. So DM me after this with I just need the email that you use for your Google account, and I'll sign you up. Remember, all scans right now using the beta are free. So have at it. Give us lots of feedback because we want to know what you think.
And also, yes, you could use an iPad. So you can use an iPad. It's a 2017 Pro and onwards. Please feel free to test it. Usually we find that Matterport users, they use an iPad themselves for the Matterport. So yes, we are compatible for iPad as well. It will not work for iPad, I believe it's mini. It does not work for that. It works, but we find that it actually has a large error rate, which is something to do with the device itself. Something to do with what's called the AR core and the AR kit within that device. And we haven't managed to get to that point with fixing that at the moment. So we just simply do not support that. It's not to our standard. So, but iPads 2017 and onwards Pros, they do work as well.
Yeah. All right. So shout out to our friends at RCE who've been very supportive as well. Thank you so much. We appreciate that. And we'll be back on shortly in maybe a couple weeks. And at that point, I think what we'd like to do is go through some scanning techniques and show you how to do that. So stay tuned. We'll let you know.
And as far as Android support, if I can get the developers to do it. As a company, we want to make sure everything's as perfect as possibly can be. Android support, it works, so it does work. I've seen it in action. We just need to build up a really good quality list of supported devices. Androids, there's much more variation in hardware and software capabilities within them, so we want to make sure that it's right. So we are thinking towards the end of November as a launch date, so especially before the end of this year.
Right now it's free, so sign up, do it for free.
Yeah, please message us and let us know. We can invite you towards the beta.
Absolutely. And we do have a certified photographer section on our website, which we promote you guys. It is based on the state you're in, so check that out as well. We'll be back on to tell you more about CubiCasa, but for right now, we'll leave you hanging.
Well, you can go up and sign up for a photographer program, and it also helps you gain business. It's a free marketing platform. Essentially, you can add in your website, your services, your locations, your logos, and it's a free space where we do have people coming to us that do look for photography and floor plan services. So if they want somebody, say, in Tennessee, they can click Tennessee and they can see the photographers that are within there. So really good.
It's the equivalent to find a photographer on that other site.
Yeah.
All right, so signing off. Thank you again, everybody, for joining us. We will be back shortly, probably in a couple weeks. So thank you so much for your time and all the positive feedback we've gotten. Definitely reach out to us. And we hope you have a great week. Take care. Bye.
Bye-bye.